Hi everyone. Here I are again. Today I'm gonna today I'm going to be making another snippet roll. I believe I did a video before on a snippet roll, but I'm gonna make another. Now see this here is one that I made some time ago. I usually make them about a yard long. This one here, okay, I did some machine stitching to put the pieces, because this one's got pieces of fabric of pieces of muslin that I just stitched together to make a 36-inch long strip. Now what I use these for, I'll make a long snippet roll, but then I can cut like a piece off about this big, and I can make that for let me see if I can pull you a little closer. Pull your chairs up. Pull your chairs up. Um, I might cut a piece off this size to maybe make a pocket, or I might just cut a small piece like this here to make like an embellishment. Like I like to have just fabric embellishments. These are some embellishments that I made the other day. I'm still going to put these ones on paper clips, but I haven't done that part of it yet. But these are fun to do. But these are sort of on the same idea of just using your little scraps and put your little scraps together and make make little embellishments. I really like doing that. And then those are just all of your little scraps. Those are just scraps. Now, this one here, like I sewed together a lot of little strips of muslin to make a long one, and then I sewed on buttons, flowers, little pieces of different laces and trims. This is a fabric flower I just made. And this one here is mostly, I would say, like shabby chic, or like shabby, yeah, that. Yeah, that what I just said. And so then you just kind of roll them up. You just kind of roll them up and to store them. But they look so pretty. If you have a basket, a pretty basket to put these in, then just put them in your basket. And it makes a really pretty little, even just a little centerpiece somewhere. And this one here I made, oh, this one here I took a long piece of this burlap and lace. It came that way where the lace was um, on each edge of the burlap already. And in here now, some of these things on here I glued on. Like I believe I glued. No, I sewed that on. Well, I sewed that on, but you can glue it on, or but then I stitched on some buttons. Here's a little safety pin that I put on there. Here I stitched using, that's a piece of lace. I just stitched that. This one I think I did all the stitching by hand, by just stitching small flowers, pieces of lace, buttons. This is a little flower I made from muslin with putting a button in the center. A couple of little, these are off of a vintage piece of uh, tablecloth stuff. I just cut those flowers off. This is just a piece of fabric right here that I had got in Happy Mail. And this is another piece of muslin that I just kind of pleated and put on there. A button. There's a little flower, or a bigger flower I made just using scrap of lace. And I put that little tiny safety pin on there, button in the middle, another piece of that fabric, and this was a piece of lace. I just folded it in half, stitched it on, held it on with a button, and then another flower, some more flowers. And so, and again, you can use it as parts, little bits. If you're going to put like a decoration on the front of a journal, or a pocket, or make just an embellishment. And then when you have it finished, or as finished as you want to go, because you may later on take a piece off for a particular project, and you might add more to it. You might add something more to it that might make it go even, you know, to match what the project you're working on. Okay, now I was working on this one. This one I wanted a snippet roll that was more bohemian or gypsy like. And so I started working on this one. I cut this piece of lace, this lace, and I just cut a 36-inch piece of lace, because that's what I stick to 36 inches. Then I started adding nothing but scraps. I'm going to show you one. I'm going to start another one too. Nothing but scraps is on here. Scrap pieces of ribbon, scrap lace, scrap piece of burlap here. It's just only scraps. And I'm going to show you how I did that. And this is going to be more for a gypsy or bohemian kind of a project. What I'm going to use this on actually is my traveler's journals. On my traveler's journals, this is 4-inch wide lace. So that's why I started with the 4-inch. Gosh, I shake my table and it shakes my camera. Look at this. I got this one wobbly leg here. Let me see, fix that. There we go. Maybe that's better. And so then I'll take a piece that is 8 inches long, and I'll just put that on the front of my journal, and maybe one on the back of the journal. But I will add more things to this, like beads, flowers, buttons, different things like that. But I'm going to show you now how I put this one together. So I'll roll this up and put this out of my way for right now. All right. Now, here I'm going to do that again with this piece of lace. I'm going to take about 36 inches of this lace. That's just what fits good on my table here. And that's a short piece, so I think what I'll do is I'll throw that in my scrap, put that in the scrap bin. My scrap bin is, I have a lot of beautiful things in my scrap bin, and that's what I've been making my grab bags out of. If any of you have been to my Etsy's, well, I know a lot of you have been to my Etsy and bought the scrap bags, and I am just so happy about that. And so, okay, now this back piece, I'm using this 4-inch lace, but now you don't have to use a solid piece. You can have pieces of fabric that you can just put together all along. I mean, you might have a 4-inch piece and a 6-inch piece and a 2-inch piece, and they don't have to match, you know, especially if you're doing this style, which is going to be like bohemian. And so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just out of my scraps. Now let's see, I'm going to go farther back again here so you can maybe see more of it. Okay, now I'm going to take more of my scraps here, and I have a bird cage here. It's a big old bird cage, but in the cage, that's where I keep my scraps. Yeah, you can't see my bird cage, but I keep my scraps in there. But now, what I will do is I will start just adding my scrap pieces, and because this one's going to be bohemian, I'm going to I want to have some bright colors. Bohemian or gypsy, you just want to have the bright colors. So, and I'm going to, let me dig. I'm digging in my, okay, I have different things. Here's like a little piece of blue burlap. I'm going to put that right there. And then here's some more of this lace. And then I have pieces. Oh, here's a piece of like yarn. I'm just going to take that and kind of roll it up, and I'm going to set that right there. And then here's a little piece of burlap, just a little piece. And put that on there. And then this is another piece of lace that is just it's just a tiny scrap that somebody might want to throw in the trash, but we're not throwing stuff in the trash here. And you just start adding this stuff together. Here's a little piece of ribbon. Okay, now I'm going to save that piece of ribbon. This is, okay, let's see, what do I have here? That'll work. Purple. Gotta have purple. Put that one there. And let's see. This orange. Let me cut that one a little shorter. I hear thunder outside. I think we're going to have a bit of a storm here. It's a little bit of orange. And see, some of this is even like the lace is ruffled. And but it's a scrap and it's ruffled. This is where you just absolutely don't throw anything away. Put that on here like this. I'm going to go all the way down this 36. This is a piece of denim. It's just a piece of denim because I tore apart a pair of denim. I mean, I'm using pieces off a pair of blue jeans. And so just stick that on there. Let's see, what else do we have? I got everything. Now, this is like a real lacy lace. Probably something like this too would be nice on a if you're making a shabby chic, you would probably stick with a lot of laces like this. But we'll stick a couple pieces even on here, just to give it more character, more something, more. We just want more of everything on here. So more of everything. Let's see, red there. Trying to look and see what I have here. Oh, this is like a little piece of rickrack. Maybe I'm just going to put that. And you need such small little pieces. Just small. See, you don't need much. Just small pieces. And there, I'm going to put that there. And, oh, this is pretty. This is a little piece of, it's lavender. It's like a lace ribbon. So that's pretty, although that piece is too long again. So, and then I don't cut it in exact pieces either, squares, triangles, whatever happens, happens. And so I'll put that on there, and I'm just going to haphazardly put, now this is a wide piece, so I'm going to cut a piece off of this wide. It's wide, but I'm going to fold it sort of in half. I'll put that down there. And here's a little piece of purple. Here's some more of that plaid. It almost looks like a Christmas plaid or a Scottish plaid. This is a scrap of some things I put together for a journal. I stopped doing, I haven't been having any journals on my Etsy store because I've been doing like private custom orders, but I decided I can't do the custom orders anymore. They really do give me, I just can't deal with deadlines. It just gives me so much anxiety and stress. So I'm going to start making them and just putting them up on my Etsy and sell them that way. Because I haven't even, because I do the made to order ones, I haven't been able to get any just made for myself to add onto to put in my Etsy store. Now see, now this here, I'm just going to see little scrap pieces of scrap pieces. And I'm going to put some of those on here. Wait a minute, I gotta get some, here's a little piece of burlap I'll put here. I know you can't see that other end, but believe me, it's there. And so I'm just finishing up that end here. And let me just put that there. And okay, so now I have pieces. Now, and I'm just taking these scrap pieces, and I just going all down the length of this. Here's another piece of denim, another piece of this Christmassy stuff, and here's this black and red. Okay, so now I have pieces that are just all laid across here, and I'm going to sew them. But to make the sewing simple, because now if I try to pick this up and bring it to my sewing machine, which is right here, it's just not, it's going to all fall apart. So what I do now is I didn't put very much of this here purple. See, it's like a lace salad I put on there, just a lace salad. And if you all have looked at my Etsy store, you'll see I have listed and already sold. Oh my goodness, I've already sold like 20 packages of, no, I sold more than that, 25, probably 25, but of just the scraps that people are buying for embellishments, because that's what I was asked to do. Now see, as I put all these pieces down, I make sure that a part of the piece is right down the center. If I have it up or down a little bit, make sure at least part of it's in the center. So then I take this ribbon. Okay, so now I get my straight pins. Oh, do not poke them right in your finger. That is not good. Okay, and I'm going to pin this ribbon all the way down. And as I pin it, that the pinning is going to hold the pieces together. These are really cheap straight pins, I'm telling you, and half of them got a blunt end. They don't want to go through. Okay, that's just, that piece of ribbon is that long. Okay, so then maybe I'll take, digging in my bird cage here. Let's see, is this red gonna, yeah. So then, wait a minute, I'll overlap this little piece of red ribbon. And again, you don't have to use ribbon. You can use, again, lace or fabric, just whatever you have. And you could go all with just one long piece. But I like the change. And when I'm doing my bohemian, I like the change. And here's a piece I have in my scraps. And this is more of a pretty, like a, now it, words escape me. Gosh, I just sometimes worry about myself. I know what that is, but I can't think of the word of it now. But it's a nice kind of ribbon. It's kind of embroidered. Okay. And so then see, I'm just, as I pin it on with my straight pins. Now you don't have to do this with the sewing machine. I mean, if you are so inclined, you can use, you can sew it by hand, or you can glue each of these pieces on. And like I said, this one over here that I did is mostly just glue. One of them is hand stitched. And so you use whatever floats your boat, and whatever you find is fun to do. Okay, let's see, whatever you find. Now, down here, now I've got some, now I'm some little green, making sure my little pieces are stuck under there. And see, even these little pieces of different fibers, like yarns, or, because now they make such beautiful yarns that you can put on here that are, different, styles. And like this, look at that, how beautiful. That's what I put on that other one that I made, on the other bohemian one. Ooh, this table's a little high, and because it's my cutting table in my sewing room. I'm sitting on a chair, and reaching up is rough on old people. Okay, now I have that ribbon all the way. Now the pieces are staying on there because I have that ribbon. Now, if I wanted to, I could take maybe I could take a piece of this denim here. Maybe I'll put that piece of denim right on top of that ribbon. And maybe I'll take, okay, see, I don't have too much. Oh, here I got a piece of, this is some pretty ribbon too. Maybe I'll take this piece of pink ribbon, and maybe I'm going to pin that right on top, right where that pin is. Okay. Now, but see, you can do that too. And you might, but see, there I have like everything on there. I got so much. Now, if I can get to my sewing machine, I wonder if I can turn my camera to my sewing machine. I don't want you to see my mess, but hey, what the heck. Okay. Nope, I don't know. I can turn this. Whoops, my unicorn horn is up there. See, I wasn't really prepared. And I'm never prepared. Okay. Boy. There we go. Now I'm going to show you. I'm going to take my piece here. Now hopefully yeah, looks like it works okay, yeah. And then I'm going to just take this and go right down along the, oh, don't come unthreaded, needle. I don't want you to come unthreaded. Thank you. And I'm zigzag stitching. I'm going to zigzag stitch it. All the way down. Pull the pins out as I go. Try not to sew my fingers. But now this is holding just the ribbon down the center is holding all the pieces on. So they're not going to go anywhere. Well, doggone it all anyway, I ran out of bobbin thread. One moment. And how long ago did I run out? Oops. Okay, here's just a little bit of a problem because now some of my pieces have fallen off. So I'm going to just right quickly put them back on. That's what I'm doing here where you can't see. I'm just putting these little pieces back on that fell off that I thought was sewing and it wasn't sewing because I ran out of bobbin thread. And I'm just going to stick them back on there. Just sticking them. I'm just sticking them back on there. I won't say they're like they were because they might not be like they were. They might be different than what they were. But then let me just go ahead and put that pin back in there. And, oh, it only sewed like a foot. And then I run out of bobbin thread. I guess I should have checked that first. But that's okay. Life is good. Life is good. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. Okay. I would move the camera, but then I'd have to move it right back. Okay, so now I'm going to real quickly put in a different bobbin. And I'm just going to take one that's already threaded, and it doesn't matter what color it is because it just doesn't matter. Okay, so we'll just put that in there thusly. Like this. Okay. And so I got black on the top, red and green on the bottom. All right. We got thread on the bottom. We got some thread on the bottom. Okay. We have got thread on the bottom. Okay, let's see. All right, now we're back in business, hopefully. Hopefully, I didn't lose too much. I see a couple pieces in the floor, but oh no, what's this? What's this come out of here? Okay, just a minute. I'm fixing these pins. I'm fixing these pins while you're looking at my mess. I'm looking at the screen to see what you see. Yeah, you see my mess. Yeah, you see my mess. Maybe I should just throw this here video down to turret and start over. But you know what? I don't want to do that. I just do not want to do that. I want to just keep going where I'm at here. Okay, now, look, let's hope it doesn't fall apart. Okay. Now what okay, see, so here I am. This is where I ended up before. And let me just put another piece right there. See, I can add, as I'm going, so I can put that, if I see a place that doesn't look like it's got enough color for me, I can add a piece. I'll still keep going down the center with my zigzag stitch. Pull the straight pins out as I go, so I don't sew over the straight pin and break a needle. I have to be careful I don't sew my finger. I did sew my finger once before. Had to go get 2 parts of the needle surgically pulled out of my finger. That was quite a few years ago. Here's a few pieces that went kaput. I wish I was just real. Well, no, I don't. I don't want me to be anybody else than who I am. So I'm not going to wish. I'm done wishing.
What are you wishing for?
Wishing that I just did things right. Wishing upon a star. I'm not really wishing. I'm just doing stuff. But when I was doing it, I didn't realize I ran out of bobbin thread there.
Oh, that sucks.
That sucks, yeah.
It turned into a dreary day.
It is a dreary day. That means it's time for a nap. Or ice cream or something. Okay, I have found out, I have decided this here video is probably not worthy of posting, so I might just hit delete. Okay, let's see what I've done here, if I've done anything right. Now see, it started right up here. Oops. Now let me turn this camera back. Okay, let's see. Now, I see there's my bird cage full of scraps. But I still don't have that just right. Let's see. This is a little bit better. Well, you can see here where before I lost control here and then run out of bobbin thread, everything looks like it was sewing on nice and flat. Then when I got down here, where I was just it kind of looks a little cattywampus. So what I will do on there is I'll fix it. I'll add more to it. But now, I am actually going to add anyway. Let me see, where did I put my, I have like buttons. Have different buttons. And these golden buttons, these ones came from Happy Meal, and they were from, I'm trying to think right now who sent these to me, and I don't remember. Oh man. But look at these beautiful buttons. Now, if these buttons are sewed along the area, if they're sewed different buttons to sew them on, there's two buttons stuck together. Isn't that the funniest thing? But I have golden buttons, different, but then I also have these flowers, just these like prima flowers. Now, see, I could put these flowers along and put a button on each flower. And I think that looks pretty. Just and just mismatch them. They don't have to be anything that matches, because when we're thinking about a gypsy type of thing or a bohemian type, you really aren't looking for, you want beautiful colors that stand out. I like that. I like beautiful colors that really stand out. I'm getting that way just period in my whole life, that for so long I wore browns, dark green, you know, burgundy, real dark colors, and I don't know why that I did that. I just did. And but now I'm getting more and more to where brighter I like bright colors now. I like bright colors, and I guess I always thought, well, I'm big and I don't want to bring attention to my bigness. So I thought maybe if I just wore camouflage, nobody would know. I don't know. And so, but yes, this, this one, like I say, is this one is going to be of a bohemian kind of thing. Now I've also got different kind of flowers. Let me see what I have in here real quick. Let me see. I've got a basket full of flowers. So let's see what I have. And these flowers now can be, that one's too big. I won't put that one. I have some paper flowers and some fabric flowers, lace flowers. Now these flowers, these here, I won these flowers, and they were sent to me, but these were made by Jen Soul, Jennsol. Oh, Hearts and Soul. Facebook.com, heart, I don't have glasses. Dang it. Oh yeah, there they are. Let me see. Heart and Soul, HEARTNSOL, crafts. Hearts and Soul Craft, Heart and Soul Crafts. And she makes these flowers. And there was one time a challenge on a group, and I won the challenge, and I got these flowers. They're so pretty. And me, oh, and they're so soft. I'll put a link below to where these flowers came from because they are so nice, and she makes them and then she sells them. I haven't been to her site in a while. I need to go and check. But now I'm not going to sew all these on right now. I'm just laying them there as so you can see and get some ideas. But now what I'll do with this, like I say, this is already 4 inches wide. My my journals, when I make them, are for when they're closed up, they're 4 inches by 8 inches. So I will use this. I'll take an 8 inch piece of this and I will put that on the front of that journal. And that will be the decoration. Then I'll put something different on the spine. I might even put something here on the back. I'm not sure exactly, but something will go. And anyway, I just wanted to kind of show you, just give you another idea as to what you can do with your scraps. Uh, any kind of scraps that you have, and just, put them together and make a snippet roll. And a snippet roll, you can just snip pieces off. You can make, you can even cut these off to ATC size, anything. You can snip them, make the embellishments, and put any kind at all of your scrap fabrics, scrap anything, just scrap laces, scrap fabric, scrap trims, and they make beautiful snippet rolls. And you can just put snippet rolls into the search on YouTube and find so many awesome videos showing where ladies or gentlemen have put these together and have come up with such awesome things. And if I hadn't watched them myself, I would not know what I was doing. But so I I learned from other. I can't name any of them right now because I didn't like write that down and stuff. But I'm gonna go to sewing these pieces on now, and I want to unplug my computer because it's getting stormy outside and I don't want it to explode my computer. So I want to thank you all for coming by and watching this. And I will also have my link to my Etsy store where I sell the packages of just snippets of lace, just different kinds of lace, and you'll see in what I do. Well, let me show you real quickly. I have a bag like this. I have one of these bags like this, and I reach down into my this is how I sell it. I reach down into my basket of laces and grab some, and when I get them in there, I've got different. I don't pick and choose. It's just whatever I pick up. There's some beads there. There's different laces there. There's different ribbons there, and I stuff them in there. I just stuff them in there, and then I go. This one doesn't have enough, so I'll go again, and I'll put some more like this. I put them in there like that. So you get about that much in the package. But then I go with, then I have these flowers. I have these flowers. So then you always get 2 dozen of these flowers. They're just they're like paper, like mulberry paper maybe, and there's a dozen of there's 2 dozen of those. Those go in the bag, and then I always take a piece of um, did I just shut me off here? Am I still here? Oh yeah, I'm still here. Okay. Then I just hit something on my mouse or something, made me go bananas. Then I always put in a piece of this. It's like little beads that you can take apart and use for flower centers and stuff. And then I put that in there. That's what I put in there. Then in your package, then I always put, see, that's how much you get in the package. And then that's how much the package will be, like this. Okay. Then that's how the package will be. Then I always put in maybe a piece of this. I've got a lot of this punchinello. I have a lot of that. And lately what I've been putting in is like punchinello. Then I'll put in a couple of some tickets you can use for your scrapbooking. And what I do is I just look around and see what I have. Maybe I'll put in a few beads. You never know what I'm going to put in. Maybe I'll put in another piece of big lace. Maybe I always put something in. But this, and these packages are $12. And plus shipping, whatever. I let Etsy figure my shipping. So, and usually it runs about $3.50, $3.75, something like that for the shipping. So I might even put like a little bit of buttons in a little bag. But I always try to put something a little extra more than what is offered. Okay, so anyway, I thank you so much. I'm going to do 3 of my positive affirmations and then get this computer turned off. Okay, I forgive myself for any wrongdoing. Guilt never makes anyone feel better, nor does it change a situation. I now stop feeling guilty. I let myself out of that prison. That's very good. I am one with everyone on the planet. Oh, I am on the cutting edge of a new conscious awakening for the whole planet. I am willing to expand the horizons of my thinking. I am one with everyone on the planet. I listen with love to my body's messages. My body, like everything else in life, is a mirror of my inner thoughts and beliefs. Every cell responds to every single thought I think and every word I speak. I listen with love to my body's messages. I accidentally picked up 4. There must be a reason for that. I am on an endless journey through eternity. Today is a very exciting time in my life. I am on a wonderful adventure and I will never go through this particular experience again. And so, yes, that's very good. And I love to read my cards of wisdom every day. I give myself positive affirmations to keep myself on an even keel. I don't want to go down in the dumpster. I want to be here. Okay, so thank you so much for coming by, stopping by, and watching my little show here. Sorry about my bobbin thing. Okay, love you guys, and I will see you on the next video. God bless.